ask the next, you want to ask the next question, Robert, when I'm looking for it?
You didn't check the box for verification in the proxy settings. How does the verification of the links work? From Elias.
Yeah, we answered that one.
Oh, okay. Did you clear the cookies when you logged into different accounts?
Yeah, we answered that one.
I see people are asking questions, the same questions in both in both platforms.
Yeah,
all right.
You're right, they are.
How much to subscribe to stories?
How much to subscribe to the stories? They subscribe for... We usually, I think it's $50 for the month for 3 stories. Okay, I can't find what the cookie stuffing program is. He doesn't sell it anymore. It's called I think it's just called the cookie stuffing script. Something like that.
Carrie Duke would like to know how you sell video ranking.
I'm actually thinking about doing a webinar separate from the class, bringing on my sales guy, and letting you guys listen into a call. It would just be an hour type course, probably. Well, I mean, unless he wanted to do a step-by-step course, something like that. But that way you guys can listen into what he basically says to the client and goes over. It's in the works. So it's something you guys will have to stay tuned for.
Tony talked about a Q&A PDF. I don't remember him saying anything about it.
Yeah, we answered that one.
Okay. Do you go over what we should be using for Tier 1 content? And is the content machine okay? We did that one.
Yeah. I'm reading them too with you.
All right.
I'm hoping we went through them all on Facebook.
Did we get Ron Mettler's next
Do you guys
question?
all want to see my new camper I just bought? Because I'm so excited. Everyone's liking it on Facebook. You should go see my camper. We get videos to make on the first page. What is the strategy to get your video at the top of page 1 above Google locals? Ron, I get my videos above the Google Plus locals in the 7 box all the time. I just I run GSA and I run the crap out of it with links, and I just I do my 7 days, turn it off for 3, turn it back on for 5, turn it back, turn it off, and then see where it comes in. I think that is like at the end of the 2 weeks if it doesn't come in, then I know I need some power embeds probably, so then I'll start doing my embeds. If it doesn't come in a week later, then I'll go do some question and answers. If it doesn't come in a week later, then I'll have to revisit what I'm actually trying to rank for. It's possible too. Yeah, you can import your FCS to rank, or I'm sorry, you can import your FCS to rank with. They have a thing on FCS which is just exporting and then you import it into rank with. You try it before you delete the accounts in FCS, because I did it and I lost like 30 to 100 accounts because I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't importing it right. I haven't done it in a long time, but yeah, you can do it. Is it embed placing video embed code in the web tube? Yeah, Kenny, that is. Is Holly's XML management sheet template available? It's not available. I can. Okay, my dog is barking. I can put that in there if you guys want it. It's a pretty simple sheet. Hey, Robert.
Yes.
Do you want to talk for a minute while I get my dog?
Okay.
Talk about press releases or something.
Press releases. Hey, you know, you can rank press releases really well with the website template. We've been extremely lucky, I guess. I don't know how we just, no, it's not lucky. We've just been very fortunate in how well it works with press releases. I'm surprised. We just wanted to see if we could make it tank. We can't. Just gaining in rankings. That's what it's doing. Views, 26,000, close to 27,000 views in the last 20 days. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's more than 1,000 views every day because of the GSA method that Holly is using. So I highly recommend it. Anybody that's interested in doing press releases. It's like having an authority website right off the bat. You post your article to it, and if it doesn't rank right away, start some backlinks to it. Just depends on how competitive the keywords are, and you can really crank up the views quickly, where a regular website would have tanked long ago. So that's what you do with press releases in Holly's system. I am so glad. We were talking about how the press release is getting all those views that we've been running through GSA.
How many does it have now?
Close to 27,000.
That's pretty good.
Since it was published on the 11th. So I can't imagine anybody putting up a new website and getting that many views in 20 days or so. So amazing.
All right, let's see if we got any other questions. If a money site gets de-indexed by Google, what strategy would you recommend to reinstate it? If it gets de-indexed, I used to run a service doing this, so what you want to do is wherever registry it's at, like if say it's at GoDaddy, you switch it over to Namecheap. Well, first, okay, at the beginning, it's de-indexed, so you take everything off it that's in the website, and you publish it. So if someone went to the website, it would show it as blank. Then you call the Google bots to go and look at it so that it can see that basically it's blank. And then like a week later, you move it from GoDaddy to Namecheap and put brand new content on it. And then what you would do is, put it through like an indexer and run a few links at it and hope it gets indexed. It doesn't always work. It's like a 50-50. Can I clarify advanced techniques to find targets for GSA you mentioned in the sales page? Janet, are you talking about scraping? Can you ruin a video ranking by blasting the same anchor text to it? Yeah, well, can you ruin it? I don't think you can ruin it, but I don't think over time it's going to stay where you want it to. It's better if, it's better if you have a lot of keywords because the anchor link is going to be too high. It's not a good idea to do that. Well, my question is, if you upload a new video, do you see it ring faster when it's uploaded? Oh, I don't think it matters, Brian, if it's on a new YouTube channel or an old YouTube channel. Does video rank faster when uploaded to aged? I don't think it does. I think it's about the links. Doesn't matter if it's H or not. How is it? I check the same way for if it's a website or a ranking video. I always go look first in YouTube itself. If it's I'm sorry, I always go look in Google first if I see for my keyword, if I see like a social, like a Facebook page, a YouTube video, any kind of video actually, like Pinterest or Twitter, something like that. If that's on there, I know I can take that out. Or like a classified ad too. For websites and for video if I want to take it over. When selecting, no. No, I don't care if the Google Places is the first one in Google, or if Google Places is the first listing on page 1 of Google. That doesn't scare me. Other source other than Web 2.0 is for rank quiz. Dave, try FCS. See if you can make your own accounts. Why not just run one install of GSA on your dedicated server and have dozens of projects or more instead of breaking it into 4 VPSs? Because my VPSs, I mean, the basic reason is because each of my VPSs, each of my GSA can have, 400 running at one time. That would be 1,600 running in one GSA. I wouldn't get my project stats that I want. So that's why I have to have it on 4. Yes, yes. What is the pro rank question?
Which question are you
rank
on?
tracker to monitor campaigns like DUI for all of them. I'm on, I think it's like it's by Dennis. He wants to know how I use pro rank tracker. I mean, basically, I just put my city in and my keywords. I make a text file and I spin it the way that Pro Rank Tracker wants you to spin it, and I just import it. I don't have the file, and actually I don't even know how to do it and tell you how to do it. You have to go look at Pro Rank Tracker. It has it on there how to do it. Do I do YouTube per niche and per city? No, I don't want to say it. I don't do it, but I know I have some channels, like solar channels. I have 4,000. I have like 960 on one channel. Kind of do it both ways. Some is just niches, and some are niches and cities.
Probably shall I go ahead and start reading the questions? I'm not sure some of the people are knowing what it is that you're answering.
Oh, I should read them. Is that what you were saying?
Yes.
All right, I'm down towards the bottom where Scott Rogers is. Some of them we've gone over, so I haven't read them out.
I see.
What is the rule of thumb amount of accounts per project per GSA per IP? There's not. It just depends upon what your VPS can tolerate. Mine can tolerate probably 600 projects if I wanted to in one VPS. You know, I would start at 20 and see how your links are coming along. If they're bottlenecking, then you know that that's too much. You know, it's the only way you really can check is just to put 20 in and check it. If it looks like there's not a lot coming in, you have too many projects going on. Scott said his ranks are going up, so that's good. How is the way you assess difficulty of ranking a website different? Roxy, I just answered that question, yeah. I just look for socials in Google itself. I'll put the keyword in, go to Google, and see if there's any kind of socials that are ranking, like videos, Facebook, Pinterest, stuff like that. If that stuff's ranking, then I'll go for it. We're at the end of the questions. Do you change an IP for each? Oh, it went up. Let me see. Do you change an IP for attending each new Google and a new hang? No, I don't ever change my IP. I always have the same home IP. I never change my cookies. I log in the same IP with all the different YouTube accounts. The first OTO webinar, you said you were starting more Hangouts and would give us an update. I did say that, and I started to do them, and then I took them off because they actually were ranking like on YouTube. The first page is like the top maybe 10, and I took it off because I kind of decided that because I was doing the DUI attorney one, that if I actually ended up wanting to rent that one out and it was ranking, I would want to sell the channel versus doing lead gen, I think. And it was on my public test account. There's no way I would want to sell that account. So it's something that I'm going to do is put up all those again, but it'll be on an account that, you know, I'll be able to sell to the client once there's a client. Is there any strategy process used in determining which Amazon products to sell? I would do exactly the same thing as the website and the YouTube. I go see what's ranking. How does Holly incorporate social media buzz, Facebook shares, tweets, other solutions out there to claim to really boost authority? I mean, you can do that. I don't do that, but just because I don't do it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means that GSA works for what I need it to, so that's why I stick with it. AJ, the other ways to learn how to create GSA list is in the webinar 1. I go over that. Did I step? Why did you? Okay, any need to blast backlinks to a channel? What? I'm not sure on your question, Scott. I think you're asking me if I should blast backlinks to a YouTube channel. I would guess it works the same way. For your Web 2.0 network, can we think of how you are doing that as long as the 2.0 are Tier 1, and then you only have Tier 2 being GSA? My Tier 1 is more, I use GSA first because it's so powerful. It should come in. The only time it doesn't come in is if it's just too competitive. And even AC Repair Miami, I ran GSA for roughly 2 weeks. I did the 7 on 5 off, or 7 on 3 off, 5 on 3 off. It didn't come in to where I wanted it to come in, so then I fired up my rank quiz, and I only put out 1,600 embeds, and it was a couple of days later, and it was at number 1. So GSA is going to take you so far, and if you can't boost it within the 2 weeks, you really can get a feel and a tell once you start doing it when it's going to come in. What's the average? Links for Hangout. For my verified, I mean, I like to have my verified at like 30 to 50,000. Do you automate poster to Craigslist? Oh, I don't know. No. Do I ever use Twitter in my YouTube strategy, like tweeting? I do not use Twitter. I know someone who is doing the Hangout process, and they are using Twitter posts as some of their social networks, and I know that it's ranking for them, that it's helping them rank. I don't like Twitter. I know that's why I don't use it. Jana, I'm not gonna do the advanced strategies in this webinar. This is just the Q&A. I'll upload a video for the advanced scraping. How long would I work on a video before I give up? If it doesn't come in a month, then I would reevaluate on my original thought of ranking it. If it doesn't come in 2 months, then I would guess that I would lose my patience with it at that point, and I would go more, I guess, more long tail than I have gone. It hasn't happened yet, so if that changes, I'll let you know. Any experience with videos on Pinterest? No, I don't use Pinterest either. Just so I'm crystal clear, you do not use GS directly to Amazon.
What was the question?
Sorry, I was coughing. Just so I am crystal clear, you do not use GSA directly to Amazon listing. No, Janet, you can't do a GSA direct to a listing. They will ban you. Even if it's a DA99, it doesn't matter. Amazon doesn't like it. You can't do it. You have to use a doorway page. If you do it, I can tell you you're going to be banned. Okay, we're out of questions again. What is a doorway page? A Web 2.0 page that basically links back to the Amazon page. You just put a link on it.
There may be some more questions from the Facebook group. Where's it at? Oh. Yeah, there's not. Let me pull out those. Can you do GSA direct to Facebook and Yelp? Yes, Kevin, you can. Nah, you can. That's fine. They're both spam friendly. I mean, you can do it to Twitter, and you can do it to Pinterest. I'm fascinated. Okay, Janet. I'm fascinated by how much you get done in a day. Any tips on or processes you can pass along?
about your organization or strategies. I write what I need to get done for the week in a tablet, and then I like to write my daily things that I need to do. I might not always get to my daily things. Like the last 2 days I was busy with pulling our camp route and trying to get it set up, so my dailies for Thursday, Friday, and today did not happen at all. So it kind of was a day off for me in a sense, but I always write down what I need to get done. Do you ever do any Google Plus likes from different accounts on a video? No, Brian, I don't. You want to see the camper? Somebody wants to see the camper. Woohoo! Let me see. I'll show you my camper. That's my wife right there too, by the way. See, the one in the red hat's me, and the blonde one's my wife. Okay, here's my camper. It's a Rockwood. I'll show you pictures on the inside too. That's my daughter, and she had prom today. Let me see. Okay, so here's my camper. That's the bedroom. That's the bathroom. That's the shower. This is funny. It's a shower with like, this looks like a ring that you stand in, right? That's a laundry basket. I broke my ribs 4 years ago falling out of a shower, so that would make sense to have something in there for me to hold on to, but that's not it. And then that's the living room. And that's my wife. And that's the kitchen. So, which one are we at? Oh my God, too many groups. Okay. So somebody asked, if I'm coming out with another product, because on Wednesdays I said I wasn't. But somehow I always get my arm twisted by Robert. And so on Monday, I think this is going to go to your guys' emails, and we're probably going to post in the two groups. I don't know, Robert, if we're going to offer it to the advanced first and then the regular group, what we're going to do about that. But we're going to do a do it for you GSA setup. Basically, we're going to have a price point. So we're going to do 5 people at $197. We're going to do the next 5 people at $297. And then from there forward, we'll have enough case studies to prove that it works with us setting it up for you. And then at that price point, we'll be up to $397. And I don't know if we'll end up going to $497 or we'll keep it at $397. What I would like to do with it is you guys send us your links for Hangouts and preferably your seed keywords. Seed keywords, I mean like at least 10 keywords so we have kind of a good idea about what your niche is and what you're targeting, and then we can come up with the 800 keywords, 5 to 800 I should say. What I would like to do is have the team put it in a GSA template and do all of like the articles. We'll set up the emails. We'll do everything that basically that I have been teaching you, and we'll save it. We'll send you a link, or somehow you get the link to download the GSA template, and I'll have like a pretty quick 10-minute video about how to import it into your GSA, and you basically just hit start. That way it's actually how Holly sets it up versus kind of questioning, do I have enough keywords? Is my percent right? Actually have the right URL in there? So we're going to take 5 at each price point, basically just to give the case studies to prove that it works, and then we'll just stay at the $397 is what I'm thinking at. I'd like to offer it to the takeover people first, since you guys paid for the extra OTOs, and then assuming that it went through everybody, and if you bought it, you bought it, you didn't, then it would go to the regular purchase people.
So essentially what you're going to be doing is getting their campaign going completely and handing it over, so they have no question that it's being done correctly.
Yeah, and there's another price point that we're going to offer Monday, which I don't know if a lot of people are going to be interested in or not, but it's what me and you, Robert, were talking about, where we actually, you send us your VPS information and like your GSA username and license. You have to actually have that stuff activated in your GSA, and we will go set up if you basically don't want to import it and make sure all your lists are right, then we'll go inside your GSA and do it. It's going to be like an extra charge to do that, because it's not something that I would want to do versus just sending you the template. If I can send you the template, my turnaround time is going to be so much faster versus a time for me to go into the VPS or for Robert to go into the VPS. So that is one product that we're going to, and that's going to be Monday. The other part that everyone is going to have access to, the OTO people will have access to it also first, is the verified list of mine. So what we're thinking of is doing a monthly list and a monthly charge. So we can do it 2 ways. We can do it that you download one list one time a month, probably at the first of the month is what most people do. They between the 1st and the 5th of the month. Excuse me, I'm sorry for coughing in your guys' ears. And in that list, it's a monthly list, is what I'm thinking is going to be 50. I mean, I literally can do like 100,000 verified a week, but then I have to know I have to do that every month. So I think what I'd like to do is have 100,000 verified every month on a monthly subscription, or we can do it, you'll have 2. So that's one option. Or the second option is to have 100,000 every 2 weeks, and that will be at a different price point, which will be higher than the first one, obviously, because you're getting double the amount of links. So that is going to come out on Monday also. And that'll be on a monthly reoccurring subscription. Ken, the guy who puts my VPSs together and splits them is in the Holly's resource file. So if you go on Skype, his name is Proxicate. Tell him Holly sent you. He'll set you up. Bruce, the 100,000 is 100,000 verified links. So you will have 100,000 verified links monthly to post on. They should be different than each month, so you'll have 100,000 different links for each month. 100,000 verified links, not like links that you have to clean, links that you'll be able to import into your verified list and you know that I already posted it on it. Does that sound like a good deal to you guys? I mean, I don't know if anyone's interested in that. So Scott, those 100,000, would I add them to last month's and on and on? Yeah, you add them to last month's verified list, and then you just do a dedupe URL, dedupe domain. Even though I'll be doing it against my list, you might have a different list, like if you buy a list or whatever, you need to still do a dedupe. We're gonna, I mean, the price points, it's not it's not something we discussed. It's going to be, I would guess the monthly 100,000 is verified is probably going to be $50. The 200,000 verified 100,000 every 2 weeks is probably going to be $100. That's what the going rate for is usually. Yeah, Roxy, I'll do the do it for you service for websites and the YouTube videos. You know, Yahoo Answers, press releases, as long as you have the seed keywords. You know, because I don't want to go and spend my time to look for keywords that I don't even know what you guys want to rank for. I don't know what time we're going to release it yet on Monday. I have a webinar at 11 on Monday, so it's probably going to be in the evening.
Roxy would like to know how many times they can order.
Well, I mean, if you have 5 projects, you have to order it 5 times. It's 1 time per project. I'm assuming you're talking about the do it for you.
Yes, that's what she's asking about.
Yeah. Garrett says Proxygate rocks, by the way. He's really nice to work with. So Garrett must have set up his, or Proxy must have set up Garrett's VPSs.
Eleni, we're just going to be announcing it in the group probably Monday evening. And just after the first 5 orders, that's when the price goes up. We just need to get started so we have some testimony. And this service is worth much more than $197. And if you don't get in at that price point, you'll still get great value out of whatever price point you come in at. So just be, if you're in Facebook, just pay attention and we'll be posting it. And just be the first one in.
Yeah. And we're offering it to the OTO first. We'll probably give, I don't know, Robert, 24 hours, and then we'll offer it to the other group.
That sounds good.
That's what I'm thinking.
We'll only be able to do so many a week, I imagine. But,
yeah, right. Yeah, that's kind of why we have to do the price point is because, you know, I don't know how many people we're going to have and how many orders, so that's why we really need to start with 5 because, you know, we don't know how many's coming in. Can we have Robert do an occasional press release for us at the end of what? Robert, that's questions for you from Scott Rogers.
I do press releases for $300. That's my rate. Just send me a PM in Facebook. Robert Stone Jr.
You mentioned that you may do a mini course on, yeah, Roxy. Some people, some more people than I would think when I really have thought about have asked how I go over selling some of the videos and the channels. And I have the sales team that really does that for me because I don't have patience for dealing with clients. So it's something I'm going to discuss with him. You know, it's up to him. If he doesn't want to do it, then I'm not going to make him do it. We have planned to do a webinar back in, maybe it was in October, and I had about 500 people that signed up. It was a free webinar based on lead generation, and my board of directors that front a lot of my cost were, let's say they just did not like the idea of me giving out my secrets at the time, so we had to kind of like shut that down, and he's part of that board of directors, so I'm not going to say I'm going to do it. You know, it's up to him, and we have to have approval for it. If it's a no-go, it's a no-go. I'll see what I can do, though. Okay, I think we're good with the questions now because everyone's done with the questions.
Well, if anybody is interested in getting their own subscription to Newswire, that's the press release site I recommend because of the value. The link is in the chat box. And any more questions, you can just post in the Facebook group, and I'm sure we'll be active in there for a while.
Yep.
Did you have anything more, Holly?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for coming, and we had quite an informative session. See you in the group.
Yep. Night, guys.